Welcome to Leo the Lion and the Kangaroos on Autism. Written by Kerin Belloc Adams. Kerin is the daughter of Dr. Leopold Belloc, and she has continued her father's legacy. Before we begin telling this most unusual story, we would like to mention that this book was created based on a film called The Kangaroo Complex. A clip can be found on cpspublishinginc.com. The title of the book is based on the global clinical assessment called The Cat. It was originally created in 1949 in black and white by Dr. Leopold Belloc. Kerin created a colour version of The Cat A in 2012. Some people who read the book responded to the author saying, "Oh, I didn't know that kangaroos can have autism." They may think that kangaroos have autism. Kerin explains to them, "No, they do not have autism. I simply used the cat because animals are a gentler way to give those who look at them a feeling of ease, for the purpose of a more in-depth dialogue." Leo the Lion and the Kangaroos is based on the probable lifetime of conflict that is focused on just how much independence and dependence can be determined for each son or daughter. Getting back to the film, Dr. Sarah Moon created it based on her own experience with her son with autism and with 3 other single mothers of teenagers. The goals for the book are as follows. 1. A gentle can opener. This book's primary focus is to be a useful format for opening up discussions with the hope of creating new ideas for not just those with autism, but for all families coping with special needs issues such as dyslexia, ADHD, and Down syndrome. 2. Plan, decide, and act. The ideal goal is to encourage readers to ask themselves, how can my son or daughter live happier, more independent lives and find their interests? 3. Meaningful relationships. Another goal is for everyone to have meaningful relationships. 4. Useful for human resources. Lastly, this book can be useful for those working in human resources too. Now for an excerpt from the book Leo the Lion and the Kangaroos. Once upon a time, there was a gentle but majestic lion named Leo. He lived in Australia, a land known for its many kangaroos. Leo's reputation was global, much like Dr. Leopold Belloc's. He was known for his huge heart and his drive to solve problems. He lived atop a steep mountain that overlooked miles of pastures. Each day, Leo had a routine. He would venture down the mountain to watch and observe the many animals and the rangers who cared for them. This is why the Leo the Lion picture card is in the book. One beautiful sunny day, a ranger walked briskly up to him with a smile on his face. He said, "Leo, I have some interesting news. I was just approached by a young woman who happens to be a psychologist and a mum. She told me she flew from the United Kingdom into Australia hoping to meet you. Her name is Anne. Dr. Anne, that is. Can she meet with you? Will that be okay?" "Why, of course," Leo said. "I would be delighted." The very next day, Leo and Anne met and sat in the grass in the pastures. Anne said, "You know, Leo, I have heard quite a bit about some of the kangaroo families here having challenges. I am very aware of various situations." She then opened her suitcase and pulled out the cat cards. "You see, Leo, I pursued psychology in undergraduate and graduate school. I envision having the adult kangaroos sit in a circle, pass the cards around, and share with you and me which ones they relate to the most and why. That sounds great, said Leo. I know the goal of the cat is to encourage kids and teens to identify with the cards and tell a story. Then those stories can be interpreted, and the parents can hear about what their son and daughter actually means. That helps parents understand their kids much better and hopefully agree on how to raise them. Yes, of course. I recently just heard about the Belloc Apperception Test. Like the cat, it also comes in black and white and colour, with cards featuring humans from 5 different cultures. You see, Leo, my ultimate goal is a practical one, said Anne. I think like the author. I have heard that human resources around the globe sometimes struggle with where to place applicants in the right jobs. People can work whether they can speak or not, some as plumbers, others in spas, mailrooms and computers, not to mention the visual arts and performing arts. Some work in the sciences, and I recently heard about a person who created an amazing tool for space that far surpassed any other, and NASA bought the rights. Thank you, Anne, said Leo. I am really looking forward to implementing your vision with animals, and I look forward to doing that right here. I can't wait to see how all this plays out. Eventually, Leo and Anne showed a few kangaroo families the cards as they were passed around. For more information, articles and updates on autism, to purchase Leo the Lion and the Kangaroos and/or the cat assessments, please go to cpspublishinginc.com. Thank you.